Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
From Canberra.
We're in Australia's capital.
Yeah. When we finished the hike in the last video, we drove straight to Canberra, which was about just under a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, that was a couple days ago. And today we're going to explore a little bit of Canberra. A lot of people that watch our videos, particularly Australians, have told us that Canberra is, I don't know, it's the least recommended major city in Australia. But we wanted to come here and actually experience it for ourselves. We're here at this waterfront, which is actually very beautiful. There's a huge jet of water, like a huge water feature in front of us, which is kind of cool. And behind us, there's a bunch of flags.
So I think there's 101 flags representing all the nations that have presence in Canberra. And it's really cool. It's super colorful, and there's a ton of people out and about, a lot of dogs, and coffee.
Yeah. Canberra has a very relaxed vibe to it. I don't know how well this is going to translate on video today, but we're going to do our best to show you guys. And we're going to make our own minds up about Australia's capital. So our hotel is about an hour walk from here. So we've covered a little bit of the city. And I think my first impression of Canberra is that it feels like the adult version of a nice college campus. There's a lot of people in casual clothes, walking dogs.
A lot of open space.
Yeah, from what we've seen, like the whole city kind of feels like a giant park with buildings in the middle, like dotted all throughout it. It's kind of like a college campus.
Yeah.
Like tons of green space. A lot of people like just enjoying recreation, but also people that are clearly walking or cycling to work. All right, what's the first thing on the agenda?
So all or
The
most
agenda.
the agenda, the museums in Canberra are free. So we're gonna check some of those out.
A lot of people told us to rent a bike or an e-bike, but it's really difficult to film these videos. Oh, ow.
No!
Well, this is quite unpleasant.
I'm so sorry. I was balancing the coffee on top of my camera, which is probably not a good thing, but are your feet warm now? This is not how I imagined we'd start our day.
Spilled a lot of things on me.
I'm so sorry. How would you rate the water in Canberra?
It's better than the hot coffee on your feet. The coffee actually tastes good.
I love you.
I love you too. The National Gallery of Australia. It's very big and impressive. According to the internet, it's supposed to be the premier gallery in the entire country.
And it's free. That's so cool. I love that.
We're gonna check it out, but fair warning, based on experience, places like these usually tell us to put our cameras away as soon as they see them, especially the microphones for some reason.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated on what happens. Exactly what we thought was going to happen is what happened.
But it was really nice for us just to kind of walk around the gallery, just the two of us, and enjoy all the art.
It was a nice gallery. A lot of the exhibitions were closed, but even with those being closed, it was still a nicer gallery than, well, we've paid more than that to go in galleries that weren't as nice.
Yeah.
Now,
Bye-bye.
it's the old Parliament building back here.
And if you notice, there are tents in front of it. This is actually the longest standing protest for Indigenous people's rights in the entire world. It's a permanent protest site where they are fighting for better political rights for Indigenous people and Aborigines in Australia.
This tent's been here since the 90s?
The 70s, I think.
The 70s, wow.
Yeah.
That's probably the most interesting feature of this area.
Yeah.
This city has such a vast, gargantuan vibe to it. Apparently 70% of it is open space. An American actually planned Canberra back in the day, and it's Australia's only major city that was completely planned from the ground up. The coolest part so far, I think, is that there's hardly any cars. So you can jaywalk wherever you want. Tia never jaywalked until Southeast Asia, and now she just jaywalks all over the place.
Gives me a rush.
Oh my god.
This is the CBD. It's definitely quieter than a lot of the CBDs we've been to, but it's also Sunday afternoon. And it's cool because I think a lot of Canberra doesn't have a lot of color. For the CBD, it seems like they made an active effort to put bursts of color everywhere, and I really like that.
We're looking for food. This cafe back here has really good looking gelato, but I'm gonna try and eat something first. Tia didn't see it. Look at the size of this pho.
Oh my god.
Australia has the best Asian food.
Yeah, that's okay.
Besides Asia. I don't expect this to be better than actual Vietnam.
No, and I do love that in Australia it seems like there's just so many different kinds of Asian food on every single corner. There's so many different cultures. I love that.
Yeah, very multicultural place. Thoughts on Canberra?
I like how peaceful it is here. It's very laid back.
It has a very laid back vibe to it.
It's pretty cheap too in comparison. Like
Yeah.
a hotel is really cheap.
Yeah, it is actually, it feels a lot more affordable than all the other major cities we've been to in Australia so far. One thing we've noticed in Australia, I have never seen a more fierce amount of city or interstate rivalry before in my life. It seems like it's ultimately in good nature, but every time we enter a new area, there's so many people commenting on the videos being like, oh, good luck there, the place isn't as good.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
God, so good.
Miss Bako.
Highly recommended.
The broth is really flavorful. That's excellent.
Can I have a single scoop of mango?
Mango? Yeah, do you want to go top or cold?
I have not had ice cream in forever.
What'd you get?
I got a cone with mango gelato. And let's see.
Or sorbet?
Oh, it's sorbet. Oh my god. It tastes like actual mangoes.
That place must be famous because it had like enough people there where you know that it has a reputation.
That's
What's it called?
Via Dolce.
Via Dolce.
It was the busiest spot in this entire city. I love that.
We got to power walk out of here to the next destination.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The memorial's last post ceremony will begin in a few minutes. Please feel free to take photographs or film the service.
Okay, we meant to explain what it was before it happened, but we got there like 3 minutes before it started, And we thought it would have been really, really disrespectful to talk while the ceremony was going.
So that was the Australian War Memorial, and we went to the last post ceremony, which happens every single day.
I think the memorial and the ceremony commemorates all wars in general and people that fell in those wars.
Mm-hmm.
This one was commemorating a soldier that had fallen in World War I.
Mm-hmm.
I think every day they do
A different soldier.
Yeah.
They tell about the life story and such, and
I find these it's interesting. It's definitely worth going to.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. We're in the car now though, so obviously there's one more thing. This is a pretty cool view, honestly.
this is really nice.
It's like 360 of the whole city of Canberra.
Mm-hmm. This is Mount Ainslie.
It's
And-
a small mountain. It's kind of a hill.
Yeah.
But it serves its purpose. It's a nice view up here, for sure. And it's full moon tonight, or at least a very bright moon. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Announcement.
It is time to announce the winner of our postcard that I drew from Melbourne. So we had all of the comments that were on that video, and we ran it through a YouTube comment picker generator. And the winner of that postcard is Greg McKellar. We wrote it on here and you can't see it because it's too dark.
Greg McKellar. So if that's you, either shoot us an email or reach out to us on Instagram, and we'll get your address and we'll send the postcard out to you. Also, the postcard, Tia drew it, so that's why we can't show it, but somewhere up on the screen
We'll show
we'll
it.
do a little pop-up.
And then all of our postcard club has already gotten that postcard.
Okay, thoughts on Canberra. I think it was better than I was expecting it to be. Yeah.
It's a much quieter, more sterile city than some of the other ones we've been to.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing though. Like, if you like to be outdoors, the amount of parks here and just open green space is insane. There's a ton of free museums and galleries, which we're going to take some time exploring, but not on camera because that didn't work out too well today. It's not bad though. I'm not going to say Canberra's my favorite city in Australia, but it's not like this desolate wasteland that I think some people told us it was going to be. Yeah, give Canberra a shot if you come to Australia.
Yeah, and if you like walking, we walked
12 miles.
yeah, it's a lot. We still have jelly legs from the mountain hike, so tomorrow's gonna be rough.
All right, you guys, thanks for coming with us today, and see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe. Whoa, this pigeon has a mohawk.
First day in Canberra, or no.
I'm so tired.
We already did this whole shot, and I did a time lapse, and Tia's mad at me, so we're gonna get out of the car and do it again.